Well, welcome to the show, Jeff Delgado. What an amazing individual. Some people call themselves motivational speakers. Jeff does not call himself a motivational speaker, but he's certainly a coach. He certainly gives direction. He certainly has spoken around the world, and he has a lot of insight as to what we need to do to get better and to overcome and become the person that we're gifted to be, right?
Absolutely.
So, Jeff, in just a few minutes, I want to know why you? Why are you the person that I should bring into my speaking engagements? Why should I look up to you as my mentor? These are kind of things that I want to address.
Well, I think that most people have a belief system that they have to be a certain way, look a certain way, speak a certain way, act a certain way to be a speaker or a leader or a person that has influence in communication. I think that you have to be able to speak it from your heart and get the best out of you. I think what our gift is in terms of trying to get people to understand is that we're trying to make people realize that there are no conditions to be a great motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker, or some sort of a person that could inflict change, that you could just be you. And I guess what I try to do is try to get the best out of a person, to get their best ability of a speaker, to pull it out. They already have it in them. The goal is to pull it out of them. And I think that most give up because they don't think they have that.
And Jeff, if someone has a chance to listen to your bio, which it really does help kind of reach the heart of who Jeff is. And that,
right.
Your success wasn't just like an overnight wonder type of deal. I mean, you did go through experience in life that kind of helped you become who you are today.
Yes.
And which made you more real.
Right.
Speak to that.
Well, if in a short amount of time, I lost both my parents. My father passed away at 68. My mother passed away at 44. I lost my mom when I was only 10. I didn't have a motherly type upbringing, so I was kind of brought up in a tougher neighborhood where I had to be a little bit stronger. We had guys that were in gangs, and that was a situation where two of my friends were shot. One of my best friends was shot and passed away. He was only 18 years old. And so I was around an environment with drugs and gang violence where it was scary. Well, I had to get tough to a certain degree. And if I wasn't tough, then I could be hurt. I could be in trouble. I had many times where I was scared all the time. But you would never know it because I had to act like I wasn't. But because of that, it turned me into a person that wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like the neighborhood or the area I was from. So I started utilizing the negative of my past to make me stronger as a man. And I started finding ways to get stronger by reading, hanging around the right people, and just believing in myself. I think that was the biggest problem, was I just didn't know I could believe in myself. I felt that it was tough.
So when you teach, you walk the walk. You're not just talking about some books that you read or some audio talks that you've heard. You've taken that in, but you applied it to your everyday life, and it changed your life.
Absolutely.
How did it change your life?
Well, it got me from a place where I didn't want to be, broke, basically having major financial problems and stress, not thinking that I was ever going to make it, to a place where I would consider abundant for my life. Getting me out of problems, I think for mine is the battle of the mind. I think it's not a battle of what you have. Forget about what you have. Forget about it's really what you believe in your mind that is winning for you. I believe that everyone's winning already. The fact that we live in this country and we're alive and we're healthy is already a gift. But I think many believe that they have to get to a certain point, a certain goal in their life to win. And I don't believe in that. I believe you have to just be happy where you are now and you'll be fine.
So, okay, Jeff, let's say that here I am, I need some help, okay? If there was a line of men that I could look to for mentorship, why would I want to pick you over anybody else? Because this is really important, because I believe that, we're all trying to find that right person that we relate to. Why do you think that you can relate to a larger majority of people?
I think I have a tremendous testimony of what I've been through in my life that could relate to a lot of people. I think without, like it says, if you cannot have a testimony without a test, and I've truly been tested in many ways in my life that I think many would relate to, whether it is going through financial struggle or going through major problems with your family or going through issues of losing a job or any type of issues, and utilizing that negative to a positive energy that could get you to wherever you want to go. In my particular business in speaking, the reason why I chose speaking, by the way, Jim, is because I believe that speaking is the only way to get your message across. If you have a story and I don't care how great your idea is, if you can't get it across, it means nothing. Right. So I believe that the ability to speak your own heart out and let it go is a gift that many don't realize they have. So my goal is just to pull it out of them so they could get it out properly.
And when you know that you have an effect on people's lives, how does it make you feel?
Well, it's sometimes intimidating because you have so much responsibility with it that you could also lead someone in the wrong direction if you're not doing it with the right intentions. but I feel it's an honor. I think it's a blessing that you could actually have change on people when people actually send you a message or an email that you've made a big difference in their life, or long life friends now, because of the fact that they feel like, you were like some sort of a mentor in their life. It means something. I'm nothing more than a guy who had other mentors that I'm just giving back to others. I don't consider myself anyone but just an average guy that wants to make a difference. And I think most people, they just want a real deal guy. They just don't want to deal with some, you have all these guys that look great. They have all these guys have all the backgrounds. I won't have the background that many are looking for, but I have the heart that they'd want to find out.
So Jeff, on your tombstone, what would you like it to say?
Here's a guy who went after all he could and helped as many as he could and enjoyed the process.
That's awesome. Jeff, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.